Welcome everyone, it's one day special time, always one of the most exciting times of the day and actually one of the most exciting times of the month as well because it's a Clarity One Day special and you'll recognise straight away that it's a Groovy One Day special as well. Brand new and the most incredible artwork from Linda Williams. Listen, let's go straight down to Groovy HQ, shall we? Down there in Kent, waiting for us, as always, with a big smile on his face and a nice flowery shirt. We always have a nice shirt off, don't we, Paul Church? How are you?
I'm very well, Derek. How are you? Good evening.
Very well, thank you. This is spectacular. Always nice to bring something new. And there's a nice, charming edge to the artwork here tonight.
It is. It's some beautiful designs from the lovely, super-duper Linda Williams. And what we've got here, we've got a collection of 4. These are big A4 plates, Derek. And what you've got here, you've got the wardrobe front, you've got the inside of the wardrobe, and then you've got the accessories together with sort of like a washing line. So it's all about children, sort of babies, toddlers. But look at that accessories plate. I mean, you could use that for any occasion throughout the year. The beautiful flowers, you could take the toys. Linda always, always, always gives us so much value for money. And over the next 5 hours, what we're going to do is showcase her beautiful design work and hopefully inspire and sort of give you some ideas with lots of tips and tricks. So not only are you getting those 4 plates, Derek, but what we've also done is we've thrown in some parchment. So we've got some beautiful pink and light pink parchment, A4. You've got 5 sheets of each. And then you've got the beautiful sort of midnight blue and the smoky blue. Again, 5 sheets of each of those. And the most recent addition to the Clarity sort of range of products, which the lovely Mr. Dave has been working on for ages and ages, are card blanks. And we introduced those last year with the Christmas tree shaped card blanks and also with the stocking ones. And so what you're getting here is 3 wardrobe kits. So you'll be able to assemble 3 boxes that look like wardrobes together with their stands as well.
It is really clever the way everything goes together, actually, because there is the wardrobe doors. Obviously, you would have a blank one for the base of your box, and then you would have your little stand there for the wardrobe there as well. So there's kind of 3 elements to that. Shall I show you one that's finished? Because then you can really get to grips with what we're heading towards with this, because this is the most delightful, delightful project. So obviously you have your Groovy plates for the wardrobe front there with all of its decoration. And then if I open up the door, you've got all the contents of the wardrobe as well. And I'm right in saying, Paul, that you can completely and utterly personalise these projects as well, can't you?
Absolutely, because what Linda's done, I've got a sort of a finished sample here, Derek. Here we go, on a stand. So this is one of the ones that Linda has created herself. And you can see how it stands beautifully on that stand for display purposes. So it would really be a real feature, like for the birth of a new baby or a child's first birthday. And it's a keepsake. And it all started when Linda came up with the designs. Let me show you this. This will absolutely blow you away, because I know it blew me away. So Linda created this piece of artwork many years ago for her granddaughter, when her granddaughter was born, Katie Lynn. And this has all been framed, and it's absolutely gorgeous.
Wow.
If I go to my overhead camera, we can have a look at it in a little bit more detail.
Oh,
so this is where the whole idea started from. And again, it's got Caitlin Rose, the weight of her granddaughter, the date of birth, the hospital, the Williams family. And it's just so exquisite. So really, this is where it all started. And then what Linda did was she created her magic and turned it into the Groovy plates to make it easy and accessible for everybody else at home.
It's going to be such a lovely celebration. I love any project that's made with the Groovy system. Always looks so sophisticated, so elegant. And I have to say there's a real charm to the artwork in these. Now, I've actually got the Groovy plates actually sort of etched out here, which shows you all of the intricacy of the detail on each one of the Groovy plates themselves. I have to say the one-day special already proving very, very busy. We're talking 10% of the entire day's one-day special already spoken for. Now, there are some huge, huge savings on the one-day special. Remember, it is 4 of those Groovy plates. So you've got the wardrobe front there. And I say it's not just the wardrobe front. It's so much more in terms of detail and decoration and the sentiments there. Things like welcome sweetheart and hello baby and bundle of joy and lots more. Then you have the contents of the wardrobe there as well. Again, big, big sentiments on there as well. Congratulations on the birth of your new baby. Now, there is a bundle for those 2 plates themselves. So the wardrobe front and the contents of the wardrobe with the card blanks and the stands there for you at the bottom of the screen. And that would be saving £8 on that bundle. But we're going to take the saving from that, of course, into the one-day special, as we always do. We also have a bundle for, and I love this, and you saw from Linda's original artwork there, all of the clothes there. So this is the washi line Groovy plate. And again, that's just so, so sweet, isn't it? I'd imagine, well, I know it's the same for every new parent, isn't it? When you have a new arrival arrive, there are just oodles and oodles of little clothes everywhere, aren't they, and accessories. It's beautiful. Now, there's a bundle also which includes this accessories plate as well, with all the little toys on there. So the bear and the train and the little donkey and the dog, and there's all kinds of really, really happy elements in that one as well. Now, there's a bundle for those 2 plates together at the bottom of the screen there at £34.98. So that would be a £5 saving on that bundle. So we take that £13 saving from those 2 individual bundles, and then Paul and Barbara are going to give you another discount of £12, which gives you an actual saving there of £25. But hang on just a moment. If you are a Freedom member, and listen, you are bound to be a Freedom member by now, and if you're not, this could be the one that tips you over the edge, because actually your saving as a Freedom member on this is £32 saved. In fact, it's £32.93 if you want all of the pennies as well. And that will get you, remember, all 4 of these massive A4 Groovy plates. Each one of them on its own, if you were ordering on their own, individually plate by plate, that would be £19.99 each. So you'd be spending more than the one-day special price on just the 4 plates individually. Remember, with this, you're also getting the parchment. You're also getting the card blanks and the wardrobe doors and the stands there as well. So the enormous value you've got in the one-day special is the reason why this needs to be snapped up if you are a great fan. And I know there are many, many fans around the world of the Groovy system who absolutely love this. Stock-wise, we are approaching 20% of the entire stock of the one-day special already spoken for. So we better get straight back to Paul. Paul, this is incredible value for money for something that is brand new and something which so many people will want to jump on straight away, because the charm of it is just immense, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, here at Clarity, we always like to give the people at home value for money, and we're sort of known for that. So to have this brand new collection from the lovely Linda Williams, so basically, as you said, you're just paying for those 4 plates, even if you're not a Freedom member. So that price is just for plates. So you're getting the 2 lots of parchment, you're getting the card blanks as well. You also get a instruction sheet that comes with it as well, that Linda guides you through on how to assemble the card wardrobes as well. And when you look at what's on there, don't think, oh, it's just for children. It's not, because there's so many different elements on there. You've got the beautiful alphabet on there that you can use for personalisation on your other projects. You've got flowers, you've got little ducks, you've got little puppies, you've got little teddies. And when you look at something like this, it really is a beautiful keepsake.
It's
and
just
what I
awesome.
love, especially with the wardrobe plate itself, like the front, Linda's given you, again, she could have just given you one design of that wardrobe. But if I show you, I'm going to sort of sidetrack slightly. Let me just show you what we're looking at here. So this is the piece we're going to be looking at during this hour. And you can see it's attached to the card blank and we've got the beautiful contents inside. But this opens up to reveal the personalization. Now, this could be, it could stay within there. This could be a card that you could take out and put a verse in. It has that flexibility. But what Linda's done is on the plate, you've got so many different design concepts. So you can change the top and the bottom of the wardrobe. You become a wardrobe designer. Okay. So again, you can change the top. You can change the bottom again. You could leave the panels out, so it's more of a solid door. It's all about, as you say, that value for money. And Linda could have just put one design on there, but she doesn't. She always adds so much to it so that people at home really do get a lot of value out of the designs.
It is. I mean, it is incredible as well. I mean, I have to say, from the other side of the fence, having received cards myself that have been made with the Groovy system, there is something ever so special about them and ever so treasured about them as well. So you have the joy of creating them, but actually the joy of receiving these. And the parchment is so amazing to work with. It's the quality of the parchment as well. You have to have everything absolutely right to appreciate the beauty of the artwork that you've got here as well. 812-666 already flying out tonight here at the craft store. I'm not surprised. It is an immense one-day special from Clarity. And the thing I love about Clarity is they stack their savings and savings and savings, and they've worked everything out for you and always give you immense value for money on a one-day special. I'm going to be back to Paul so we can have a closer look and we can start working with the one-day special very, very soon. But I want to show you what else is on the show tonight as well, because we also have the Linda Williams Time for Tea, Coffee and Cake Complete collection. Now, we did have this in March as a one-day special with options for the tea and the coffee sets. I think I may have been here for that one as well as the individual collections. But actually then we had the entire collection together, and that turned out to be the most popular option. And you can see why completely and utterly, because again, it's Linda's artwork again. And as Paul showed just there on the wardrobe there, it is the versatility of the elements that just go in. I mean, you can see the charm of that lovely Welsh dresser design. You can see the quintessential teapot, the sugar bowl, the cake there, all the lot of frilly lace work as well. That's the brilliant thing about the Groovy system, is the level of detail that you can go into as well, which I love. Now, this set comes with 20 sheets of parchment as well. So we have, I mean, oodles and oodles of plates here, don't we? There are, how many are there all told? It's 1, 2, how many are there? Sorry, I should be able to see because I'm looking from behind. It's 9 all told, isn't it? As part of that set. Now, you can break that down into flexible payments as well, which you can see on the screen. 3 flexi pays on this one for you. And again, you are making a big, big saving, as always guaranteed with Clarity. So £69.89. And again, you think of the versatility and again, the way that you can personalise this as well. It is adorable and it is very, very popular. You may have not seen it the last time it was around, but I do know that we have a lot of Groovy followers and fans and collectors as well. And this is definitely one to have in your collection. So the entire beautiful Time for Tea, Coffee and Cake Complete collection. Isn't it charming? See the way you can colour that up as well. It's beautiful. 043 916 is your item number. Now, we're going to jump onto our website right now, which you can do, of course, and shop ahead of us and look at everything else which is on the show. So plenty of other Groovy plate options there. Some of the individuals are there for you. Roller tape, adhesive, double-sided tape runners. They're always very, very popular indeed. There's what? Is it 30 metres on each one of those? Gosh, that's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, 98 feet, 30 metres on each one of those. You're getting, what, 4 of them? for £13.46, which is really, really good. And again, lots more for you to find from Groovy and from Clarity there on the show, on the website. Lots and lots of 5-star reviews, because it's all about, and actually if you're brand new to the Groovy system, there is a starter kit on the show as well. So if you want to go right back to the beginning, you think, well, I've missed out on so much. And of course, Paul, you have a Groovy Tuesday, don't you, down there every single week?
That's right. Every Tuesday of Facebook Live on the Clarity Stamp, we do a Groovy Tuesday where we just take it back to basics and we just build it up. And they're all available, the previous episodes, on the Clarity YouTube page as well. So if you think, I want to give Groovy a go, you can go back and recap on those. But what I love when we're talking about any of the designs that Linda comes up with, and when we look at the artwork from both Linda and the fantastic design team, is that you can achieve this even if you're brand new. It's always about being on that bus journey. The way that Barbara describes it is that you get on that bus. Step one is tracing out of the line art. That's it. There is no skill required whatsoever. If you can hold a pen, you can do that. Then, because the Groovy plates give you that confidence, you want to go to the next stop on the journey. So that may be colouring. And then you think, oh, okay, the colouring's easy. So it's all about sort of just building up the confidence. And Linda makes it so easy for us with the Groovy plates, because you can do the Pico cutting, you can not do the Pico cutting, you can use the colour parchment, you can use the clear parchment. You've got choices all along that journey. And that's what I love about the Groovy system, is that it's open to absolutely everyone, children included.
It is, and you always get such a sophisticated result. I just want to show you just one more sample here before we get started with Paul here, and it's the washing line with some of the elements there that have been cut out from the washing line plate. Isn't that? I mean, that's just awesome, isn't it? I mean, it's just ethereal, and again, it's the quality of that parchment, and you know, the choice of the paper there in the background, but just the two different contrasts in the parchment there make these so sophisticated. And as Paul says, no artistic ability required to get going. So, Paul, the floor is all yours. Let's get started.
Thank you very much, Jake. So I thought what we'd do to start off with, we'd have a look at where we're going over the next 5 hours, stock permitting, just to give you a little sneaky peek of what's coming up. And we're going to break it down in each hour, and we're going to learn various different tips and techniques and tricks, all with the help of what Linda has kindly put together for us. So as I said, in this hour, what we're going to do, we're going to look at the front of our wardrobe. So during this hour, we're going to have a look at the design concept and how to attach it to the front. Okay, and then in the second hour, because we know with Groovy it takes time and you don't really want to rush this, you want to enjoy it. Then at 8 o'clock this evening, we're going to have a look at the inside of the wardrobe. So again, this could just be a normal card on its own. It doesn't have to sit within the box. That's the beauty of the Groovy system. So that's what we're going to look at 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock this evening. Then tomorrow at 8 a.m, Linda has, these are absolutely good. I'm sort of teasing you, I know. Look at these. Oh. These are absolutely gorgeous.
Just the cutest,
this is
aren't
using our stamp board frames and panels, which we have on the show as well. Another recent addition that the lovely Dave has been sort of making for weeks on end. And they come in different sizes. And you can see, look, the different sizes. So I'm going to bring that one out. I don't want to damage what we've got. So we've got the little ones there. But aren't these gorgeous as little gifts for birthdays, for the arrival of a new baby? So this is what we're going to showcase. And Linda's come up with a fantastic tip on how to use the Purga glue without it showing. So I'm going to showcase that in the 8 a.m. show tomorrow morning. Then at 12 o'clock, the lovely Sheila Bradley has created this design. So we're going to look at the composition, how to get the pegs in front of the clothes, how to do the white work, how to do some colouring. So again, it's just breaking it down into the various different stages. So if people have been doing it for a long time, they may think, oh yeah, but how do I do it with a groovy plate as opposed to a traditional pattern? And then finally at 4 o'clock, we're going to do this beautiful quick and easy one that's been designed by Carol Pankstello. So just again, nice and small, welcome to the world, precious baby boy. It could be first birthday, because on the plate, you've got all that personalization on there with that beautiful alphabet. So that's where we're sort of heading over the next 5 hours. And I've just got a few more samples I just wanted to showcase here from the design team. So we've got this one here that's been done by Maggie Byford. And what Maggie's done, she's actually turned it into a card. Okay, so she hasn't used the wardrobe box at all. But again, the doors peek open to reveal what's inside. So we've got that beautiful piece there. Then we've got this gorgeous piece from Josie Davidson. Doesn't have anything to do with children at all. Just taking the elements from that accessories with some of the other plates that we've got available on the website. And then finally, this is my Francis knot, is a traditional parcher. And I need to bring this one in on this camera here so you can really indulge and look at that. I mean, that is what Francis done. Because she's a traditional parcher, she uses the groovy plates as a paper pattern. So she would trace it out with a pencil and then build it up. So you can see there's no solid white lines in relation to the designs. Okay, and again, that's a real traditional skill that you could, if you want to, build up to. So I just wanted to show a couple more of those samples there, because I know we've got some beautiful samples in the studio. Okay. So are we good to get going?
Yeah,
Derek?
let's get started, shall we? Yeah, I'm really super excited, because I think actually for those people who are maybe brand new and introducing themselves to Groovy, then this is an exciting prospect. But for anyone with lots and lots of experience as well, this is quite literally opening a new door, Paul, isn't it?
It is indeed. And again, the Groovy and Linda's designs give you that fantastic versatility, because you become the designer. You can trace out exactly how it comes and go with it, but you get confident and you'll play around and you'll change things and you'll think, oh, I could put a different top on top of this wardrobe. I could change the feet. I could make the wardrobe slightly shorter. I don't want drawers in the wardrobe. So again, it gives you that confidence. And look at, it's just crammed of so many different elements on there. Look, the little donkey at the bottom, the little puppy and the train. When you look at it, there's bits that you don't see the first time. And then you've got these gorgeous little bumblebees, the butterflies, the flowers. You've got the larger puppy and the little donkey and the teddy. Exquisite.
It's just the cutest, isn't it?
Absolutely exquisite. Okay, so we'll get started then, shall we?
Yes,
Okay.
go for it.
So I've got the wardrobe front, and you can see on the plate itself, it tells you as well. I mean, you get the instructions from Linda with her useful hints and tips on assembly of the wardrobe itself. So that comes with the set. But also on the plate, it tells you where you need to cut between the various lines in order for the doors to open, if you choose for those to open. And then you've got different heads and feet as well, plus lots of little design elements. So when we're working with the Groovy system, we always work on the reverse. So any writing is always on the back, and the word Groovy is in the top right-hand corner, and we can always read it the correct way round. If you're looking at it that way, you're not going to be able to do anything, because there's no grooves within the system. So I'm going to take a piece of the light pink parchment that comes in with the one-day special. And with our coloured parchment, it's got two sides to it. You can see you've got that lovely sheen to it on one side, and it's a little bit more matte on the reverse. So the colour has been applied on the shiny side. So in order to get a really crisp white line, we need to have our shiny side. It shows up a lot more. If I should bring in the beautiful midnight blue, can you see that? Look at that gloss.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
On there, yeah. So that is where the colour has been applied, and then we've got the softer side, which will give us our crisp white line. So we're going to need the front of the wardrobe. So if you want to go with the wardrobe that's exactly on there, you can take a piece of A5 parchment and it will fit perfectly. Okay. If you want to change the design, then what I've found is easiest to do. If you line the top of your parchment up with the top of this header at the top of the plate, then it will be perfectly positioned in order for you to interchange any of the other heads and feet. Okay. So I'm going to take my Groovy tabs and just attach my parchment so it doesn't move around. And top and bottom. Tumble dry sheet, which comes in the starter kit. And what that does, when you wipe it over, it allows the tool to glide more easily within the groove. So what that means is that you'll always get a really crisp white line. Okay. Now I'm going to use the Groovy tool that comes in the starter kit. So they're numbered 1 and 2, and the number 1 has got no ball on the end. So there's no point to it. It's more like a stylus, and that will give you a beautiful crisp white line. And then the number 2 has got a slight ball just on the end. So what that means is it will give you a softer line. Okay. And then it's just a case of looking at the design and tracing it out. So if I use my Groovy guard, all I'm going to do is use it to lean on and then press into those grooves. Okay. And what that's doing is it's stretching the parchment to give me that beautiful crisp white line. So you see? So again, we can decide if we want to put the boxes on the inside as well. So I find it's easier for me personally to go all in one direction first because my hand's comfortable in the way in which it's working. You see? And then what you do is you just move along and you can see quite clearly where the parchment is stretching because the colour's changed on it. Can we see that okay, Derek?
Absolutely. Do you know what? Every time, I know you have to check every time that I'm here when we're doing one of these shows, because I do find watching the Groovy, I find it mesmerising. I really must get myself a starter kit, actually, because I just know that I would really, really love and enjoy this, because you cannot fail but to get excellent results every single time, can you?
Exactly, because this is the point, really, where there's no skill required in relation to completing the line art, because all you're doing is letting the stylus follow the design. So I'm not even thinking about that I'm tracing out a wardrobe. All I'm thinking about is that I'm pushing the tool into the groove and following the design. That's it. And it will just happen that it will turn out to be a beautiful wardrobe front.
Paul, just for the uninitiated, in terms of pressure, I mean, it doesn't look like, I mean, your knuckles aren't turning white or anything like that. You know, what would you say about pressure as you're going?
As we found in the Groovy Tuesday, it's one of those, you get used to the pressure, and there's no rules to say that you have to complete the line art in one pass of the tool. Mm-hmm. So if you think, oh, I haven't got the pressure in my hand, so I could go on very, very lightly, and I can keep going back over it with no real pressure at all.
Okay.
And you'll see that I'm still going to get the same result.
Yeah.
So if you think, I really haven't got the pressure in my hand, there is no rules to say that you're going to get that line straight away. It's just that obviously I've been doing it for many years, and so I know the pressure that I need to apply to get that beautiful line art. Okay.
Is this something you could do in the hand that you don't necessarily write with then as well?
Potentially, yes. It's just as long as you feel comfortable holding the stylus, then whatever works for you, yeah. I mean, another way of holding the tool, if some people find that by holding it like a pen, that it's too uncomfortable, they can position the tool in between those two fingers, and then there's no pressure being applied at all on the fingers. So again, it's what you feel comfortable doing. And you'll find, same with Pico cutting, you'll find your own way of holding the scissors. But this is how quick and easy it is to achieve the line art. And again, you decide the elements you want to trace out. So I'm just doing a very basic outline of the wardrobe to show for people that are brand new to it that I don't have to include all the detail if I don't want to. See, and I just follow those little hearts around. For me, this is magic, because you get the elegance of beautiful parchment craft with the elegance of Linda's designs quickly and easily. Okay, I think I've got all of that done. So now when I lift this off and turn this over, I've now got my wardrobe front.
Just gorgeous.
So whether I decide to use that as the front of my card, or whether I attach it to the wardrobe front, is entirely up to me. So that's where you've got those, sort of, come back on this card, so you can see how easy it is. Okay.
I just love it. It is just so crisp every single time, isn't it? And if you had discovered, for instance, that you did miss a bit at that stage, even if you'd removed it, you'd be able to put the parchment back on because, of course, Groovy, I know it seems obvious, but everything slips back into the grooves, doesn't it, Paul?
It does indeed. So if I found that I'd say I want to go back in now and add these hearts in, you actually feel it slot back into those grooves. So it's fantastic for repositioning as well. So if I wanted to put those little flowers in down the bottom, then I could do that as well. And it will be in the perfect position.
And that is just very much step one. I just need to jump in just very, very quickly, just to let you know that although we're absolutely, every time I watch Groovy, I'm just completely and utterly absorbed. I kind of go into a zone, and I hope you go into that zone as well when you're actually using your Groovy plates. Just to let you know, the one-day special we're approaching, and remember, it's a one-day special. We're now only half an hour in, and we are approaching a quarter of the entire day's stock of the one-day special, which, remember, is all 4 of those beautiful Linda Williams Groovy plates. So you've got the wardrobe front, you've got the contents of the wardrobe, you've got the accessories, and you've got the washing line there as well. If you were buying all 4 of the plates and putting those into your baskets individually, they would be $19.99 each. So essentially what you have here, with a massive saving here, is getting the 4 plates, but you're also then getting all of the extra parchments. So you're getting, is it 20 sheets, isn't it, of the parchment? So you've got 2 in the pink there, in those 2 different shades as well. And you've got 2 colours in the blue, so you've got a lighter and you've got more of a midnight blue. It's funny, when we were looking at the glossy side of that, it reminded me of the carbon papers in years gone by. That really, really lovely. We remember when we used to do everything in triplicate. What you also have with the one-day special as well are the card blanks, the actual wardrobe doors as well, so you can give them dimensions. So you've got the little wardrobe door fronts here, which are all pre-scored for you, and they're all pre-cut for you as well. You get 3 of those, and you also get 3 of the fabulous stands there as well. So when your card is finished, where your wardrobe is finished, you simply then pop that into the stand, and then you've got a way of displaying it. It's absolutely stunning. It really is. And the savings are huge. A quarter of the stock officially now sold out and gone. 812666. There are bundles available for you if you want to go for the wardrobe front and the contents of the wardrobe. For example, that comes with the card blanks as well, that bundle there. That's available at $36.32. So you've got a nice saving of £8 on that one if you want to buy just the wardrobe front and the contents of the wardrobe. There's another bundle for the bottom 2 plates as well, which is the washing line and the accessories as well. So there's a bundle there too. Details there, 558656, saving £5. But we carry both of the savings, the £8 saving from the top bundle and the £5 saving from the bottom bundle. We add it to a £12 saving from Clarity, and then there's more if you're a Freedom member as well. So you can see there's immense value here, and actually this is all about, okay, what are the potentials for this? And the potentials are massive, because if you think about the joy of a new arrival, and it's not just for new arrivals, as Paul's shown you on the finished samples there as well, it's for many other occasions, for many other projects as well, that you can use the versatility of these plates. They really are incredible. £79.28, new today as our one-day special. Brilliant price tag there. Also, if you're a Freedom member, and you also have the flexis available. 812666 is your item number. Right, OK, Paul, we got the wardrobe. We got the outline of the wardrobe, I think, haven't we?
We have indeed. So this is where we can look at whether we want to turn it into the wardrobe box or whether we want to just pop it onto a card. And again, the way in which Linda's designed these are very simple to cut out with a pair of scissors or with a craft knife if you just want that overall shape. So again, it's catering for people that are brand new to the Groovy system, but also for those people that are into their Pico cutting. It gives them that sort of a little bit of an added edge to them, so to speak, if you pardon the pun. But again, when you look, I mean, they're just exquisite. They really are. And you could, if you wanted to, you could have long panels by just adjusting the plate itself. But we're going to go with the actual box one itself. So I'll pop this to one side, and I'll bring in one that the lovely Lynn Jackson has already sort of completely traced out for me. And you can see what Lynn's done. She's added in those little decorative elements. Let me pop it onto a white piece of card, because it will really, that pink, oh, just dropped everything on the floor. There we go. So we can see now where we've got that beautiful detail. Okay. So if we want to add this to the front of our card, what we would do next is we would do any white work or any colouring. So I thought what we'd have a look at, well, how are we doing for time? We're about 22 there,
yes.
Derek.
Yeah, not far off. Yeah, we're just, you've got a bit more than that, actually, yeah.
Okay, so I'll do a little bit of colouring just to show how you can enhance if you wanted to. We'll do a little bit of perforating with a bit of Pico cutting, and then we'll jump to one that we're then going to attach to the front of the wardrobe box, just so that people can see exactly how they get the doors on the parchment to open. Okay.
Awesome.
So if I look, when I'm applying colour, I'm going to work on the back, because for me, that's my safety net. And if I want to introduce a little bit of colour, I'm going to use my Purga liner pencils. Okay, so we have these on the show, where you've got 16 of what we call the B pencils, which have the white writing on, which are an oil-based pencil, and then there's 20 of the watercolour pencils. So you've got 36 in total. And all I'm going to do, I'm just going to swirl around and add a little bit of colour. I'm not putting any pressure on. I'm just going on in a swirly motion. And Barb's been sort of doing some beautiful colouring in the Shack Shack on Facebook Live this morning with a beautiful kingfisher design using the Purga liner pencils as well. So they're not just for parchment, they're a real everyday crafting utensil.
So is this adding colour to the pink that's already there, Paul?
That's right, yeah. So look, there you can see.
Yeah.
So you can see the difference now. Now, if I wanted to, for example, introduce, say, a yellow or a green, if I was to apply that colour on top, I would get like a muddy colour, because it's going to sit on top of the coloured parchment. So what I can do is I can take an eraser. So say, for example, I wanted this one pink and I wanted this one blue. If I take an eraser, I can remove the colour that I've just applied, but it's also removing the colour of the parchment. So if I was to now put yellow on top,
Yes.
if I bring that piece in, I would get a true yellow now.
Yeah.
Okay, because we've removed that pink. Now to get a nice softer colour version of that, what we're going to do is we're going to take, it's all hiding on me here, where's that gone? I'm going to take my blending pen, which is hiding, here it is, hiding, and I'm going to take some Dorso oil, and over the next 5 hours, specific hours will concentrate more on colouring in, but I just wanted to sort of showcase little elements that Linda has done for her finished piece. Okay, so I've put some Dorso oil, which we've got on the show that comes with the crayons, onto a sponge, because that's going to act as my applicator. And then I'm going to use my blending pen just to pick up some of that oil and then take it off again. And I'm going to go in a circular motion, and what that does is it breaks down the pigment of the pencil to give me a really nice soft finish. Okay.
Wow.
So what it does, it turns it more into sort of like a paint. So when I turn that over, I've got a really nice blend of colour, and it doesn't look all scratchy.
It's really rich colour, isn't it, as well?
It is, and you can build up in layers and layers as well. So if you think I want it a little bit more intense, then give it a couple of minutes, go back in, and then you can build up your colour as well. So that was a very quick application of colour. And when we look at what Linda's finished piece has done, she's just applied colour within the frames, within the little hearts, and at the top and the bottom of the wardrobe. Okay, just to bring out different areas of it so that it stands out a little bit more. So what Linda's also done here is she's Pico cut around the outside. If I bring that in on this camera, can we see that lovely edge on there?
Oh, yes, yeah, yeah.
It's like a postage stamp. So that's what we call Pico cutting, which again is a technique that you, where am I going? I'm going there, there we go. Is a technique that you pick up on that bus journey that you go along. But because of the way in which Linda's designed the plates, if you're nowhere near that stop, then just a pair of scissors is easily to cut out. Okay. So if I do a little bit of perforating along this side and show you how that works and how easy it is.
Yeah, because actually another alternative, if you wanted to just leave it there as a plain panel, is I guess you could take the colour away from the one that you've got there. You could take the colour away from right the way around the edging and then use that, couldn't you, as a card front on its own without going on to this next step?
There we go. Because it's an A5 piece, it fits perfectly on the front of the wardrobes. So you can leave it with a solid, here we go, this is a piece that the lovely Lynn Jackson has created.
Yes.
You see? So again, if you don't want to do any cutting out at all, you don't have to.
Yeah, so many possibilities.
Okay. And because the box is an A5 size as well, the parchment, if you take your A4 parchment and cut it in half, will fit perfectly on the top of that wardrobe as well. Okay?
Love it. I think that's brilliant.
So if we do a little bit of, I'm only going to do a little bit because I think the key really is sort of to jump to how to open the doors and attach it to the card blank. Okay. Should we do that and maybe look at Pico cutting in one of the other hours, Derek? What do you think?
Yes, we can do. We can do, yeah.
Because I think this is an important bit. If people are only tuning in for the first hour, I think maybe that would be a good thing to showcase on how we do that.
Definitely.
Okay. Right. I'm going to bring in my mat I use for cutting. Okay. So this is one that I keep when I'm using a craft knife. Now, on the plate, Linda tells us that we need to cut between the two doors, indicated by the little sentence there and the arrows, and we also need to cut between the double lines all the way across the top and the bottom. Once you've done this once, you'll think, right, well, it's obvious. I need the doors to open. So if I'm going to do it on this one just to show you. And I'm going to use my Purga ruler, which comes with the Groovy grip. And the Groovy grip, if I take it off, my ruler slides around everywhere. If I put my Groovy grip on the back, my ruler doesn't slide. I'm putting the same pressure on that I just used a moment ago. And it's not moving. The parchment's moving, but the ruler's not moving. Okay, so if I come into this camera, so what we're going to do, we're going to take the steel edge of the ruler and we're going to cut with a craft knife in between the top of the doors and the top of the wardrobe. Okay, so a nice craft knife, line up the edge of the steel ruler with the top of the doors. Okay, and then very slowly, you're just going to go along and cut the parchment. Again, there's no rules to say that you have to cut the parchment with the first strike of the knife. So I can go back over and gently cut that parchment. Okay, so I've done the top part. Then I'm going to turn it around so we can see there we've got that lovely clean cut. Then we're going to do the same at the bottom. And I found it was easier to do the top and the bottom first. So just make sure it's lined up. I mean, normally I'm trying to make this easy on the camera because normally I would cut towards me. But just so that people at home can see how it works. Okay. Nice and easy. And again, go over it a couple of times if your blade's not as sharp as what it could be. And now we're going to cut in between the two doors on the front. So the same thing again. You can use the grid lines on the ruler to make sure the lines are lined up with the traced out lines.
Yeah, it really helps you, doesn't it, actually, because there's very little margin for error in this, because you've actually got lots of points of reference to make sure that because that's the most crucial cut, isn't it, is that one down the centre of the doors. But there's lots of indicators to get you there, isn't there?
It is, and because you've got the grids on the ruler as well, it really helps to make sure to show that the ruler is on straight as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we've got, there we go. So our doors are now open. If I come on the overhead. Now what you don't want to do is you don't want to fling your doors open. You need to gently tease them open. So again, this is where the ruler really comes into play. So if I take my ruler, so I'm using the flat, I'm just using the normal edge of the ruler this time, up against the white line we've traced out. And then what I'm going to do is gently tease. I'm not going to fold it completely. I'm just gently teasing it. Okay.
So you're just getting used to the idea of that movement.
Of it moving. Yeah, because parchment can be quite unforgiving in relation to once you fold it, once you trace it out, that's it.
Yeah.
So we don't want it to be open fully, we just want it to be open slightly.
Yeah, because I suppose its qualities, the reason we use it for this kind of work, I suppose, is the fact that essentially it has a memory, I suppose, doesn't it?
That's right. And if you fold it and you fold it too much, then you could potentially crack the parchment.
Yeah.
So it's just to give you that gentle sort of opening of the parchment. See? And then when you open it, because you're never going to open the doors fully open, because it's all about the sneaky peek of what's inside.
So elegant, isn't it? It's so elegant. See, that's the thing, is what we're heading to here is that kind of traditional, it has that sort of traditional kind of, it's funny, there's a way that you can look at the artwork here as sort of traditional sort of Victoriana, you know, or, you know, like really like antique furniture, but there's also that whole thing of recycling and upcycling that people do now. So it's relevant to today as it would have been way back when. And as a keepsake, as an heirloom, I think the finished product that we're heading to here, whether you make a card or whether you make the box, you know, either way, the artwork, it's personal to you and the way that you make it. And it's just full of elegance, Paul, isn't it?
It is, and it's all about sort of just getting confident with what you're doing. And maybe the first time what you want to do is just trace out an empty wardrobe on a clear piece of parchment and just practice, just do the shape and then just practice with a knife to see what sort of pressure you need to put on the knife, where you need to position your ruler. And again, and if at the end of the day you go too far, it's just on a practice piece of parchment. So it's all about sort of just building up that confidence. And in the Groovy Tuesday, we always say, have a spare piece to one side. Practice on that before you do it on your actual masterpiece. And again, because Linda makes it so easy with the Groovy plates, you can repeat the process again and again. It's magical. It really, really is.
And it's almost like having Linda on hand with you as well, because there are Linda's top tips and sort of guidance there as well. Plus, of course, you've got the backup of over this 24 hours, you've got 5 hours worth of tuition. I mean, whenever I'm watching a Groovy show, I deliberately, it's the quietest I ever am on this channel because I find it absolutely fascinating and enthralling. And I also know that you like to see the guidance as well. So you know what to do when all of this arrives. Shall I run through everything again with you as well? Because it's very, very busy already tonight. We're only hour number 1 of a 24-hour one-day special. We're approaching 30% of the stock of the one-day special sold out and gone. So what is it? Well, it is all 4 of these huge A4 Groovy plates with the most beautiful, beautiful artwork from Linda Williams. And this is all about new arrivals. This is all about personalising projects, and whether that be the wardrobe with the box that you get the parts to make up, or whether that's a card front, or whether that's other projects, these are just exquisite. So of course with this one, with the wardrobe, you get the main wardrobe itself, again with the 4 panels there, extra detail if you want to take it in, other details if you want to take those in as well. But you've got the different bottoms there as well, and you've got variants for the top and the bottom of the wardrobe, which is brilliant. And again, lots and lots of personalisation messages and elements throughout the plates as well. So that's one of your 4 Groovy plates in your one-day special. Then you've got the contents of the wardrobe, because when you make the wardrobe, of course, when you open the doors, you want to see what's inside the wardrobe. So your second Groovy plate is inside the wardrobe. And again, look at how many different ways you can take that, how many different configurations, how many different elements. There's lots more further down there as well. Personalise the name, the date of birth, the weight, the place of birth. You've got key words here as well. Twins, new baby, triplets even. Oh gosh, triplets. You've got congratulations on the birth of the new baby, etc, etc, etc. There's lots in there. It's beautiful. And that's just plate number 2. Plate number 3 is what we call the washing line. And the washing line, you know, there's a lot of washing when it comes to new babies. So this is the washing line of the pristine clothes, all the little booties, all the little knitted pieces, all these lovely little flower elements as well. There's so much included. Even the nappy is there as well. It's a very elegant nappy as well. Beautiful. And you also have the accessories parchment sheet or Groovy plate as well. So we've got the blanket there as well. So all of the savings. Now, there are 2 bundles available of the top 2 plates with the wardrobe doors and the card blanks and the stands, which has 1 saving on it. And there's another bundle for the bottom 2 plates as well available. And we've taken savings from both of those 2 bundles, put those into the one-day special, added another £12 saving, and then given you another saving if you're a Freedom member here. It's absolutely stunning. It's such a lovely collection. I have to say, it's going to be very, very busy as well. I would urge you to check out your baskets as quickly as you can, because we're approaching 30% of the stock of the entire one-day special sold out and gone already. Now, We've got time for tea as well, remember, so if you've seen that previously as well, another Linda Williams collection, we've had it as different option one-day specials previously in March. It's available as a complete collection for you on the website, plus so much more from Groovi as well. And lots to look forward to with Paul and Yanis for the second one-day special hour coming up at 8 o'clock. Paul, quickly remind me what we were doing in that hour.
8 o'clock, we're going to be looking at the inside of the wardrobe and showing how you can decorate the inside, personalisation, and also about turning it into a card rather than an insert.
Fabulous. Thank you, Paul. See you back here in an hour's time with Yanis as well. So we've got the wardrobe. Next, we go inside in an hour's time. Please do check out your baskets. What an amazing...